So far, like from Mwanza history ya kununua magari, how many cars have you bought?
Over 100.
What's up, guys? I go by the name Mose Axe, and this week's episode on Drive with Mose Axe, I have this amazing guy, a car enthusiast from Nakuru.
Naitwa Prince Johnson. I'm a EMPIRE007.
This guy loves cars. Like, he takes all cars, converts them to amazing cars. Yeah, so I'm going to have a chat with him. Of course, we are going to drive around. He has some awesome cars. Of course, you guys have seen the guy in town, or you have seen his cars. His name is Empire. Yeah, if you see any car written Empire hapo mbele ama nyuma, most of them they are old school cars, but zimetengenezwa na zikakuwa amazing cars. Yeah, so karibu, let's go and check them out, and let's hear from this guy what he has to say.
This one is a Volkswagen MK2.
MK2?
1994.
1994?
Yep.
Uko umezaliwa? Oh, tuendelee.
Yeah. So now it's a 1400cc.
1400cc.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo it's a big car.
Yeah, it's a big car. The maximum speed is 220.
This one?
This one.
220.
German cars don't play with speed.
Wow.
Safety.
Wow.
Yeah.
Na ni chuma.
Chuma. Easy fiber. So,
chuma.
Tukigongana na wewe ndio utaumia. Kesi baadaye.
Ulipata ikiwaje?
I bought it in a not so good condition. I got it from LJ. The guy who was the first owner. Then I bought it, brought it here, then worked up on it until ikatokea hivyo vile inakaa, but it wasn't in a good state. It was a white car, and ilikuwa na uchafu mob. Tuliosha like for 3 hours kwa car wash until ikakuwa clean, then we started working on it.
Alafu, what's you with the color yellow? Because I think this is not the first car nimeonokiwa nayo ya yellow. Ilikuwa gari gani?
Toyota Celica. And okay, yellow is nowadays yellow is is being used most on rally cars, ama flashy cars, and ama gari is gonna speed. So most of the time we want flashy colors, and also it's the new elegant, because this one is actually, this is not yellow. This is green.
It's green.
Yes, inaitagwa lime green.
Lime green.
But person who doesn't know about colors, they would think it's yellow.
Yeah, kama mimi.
Yeah, that's it. Then it has glitters in it.
Iko na glitters?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Makes the car much more unique. It's a very expensive color code. Isi ile rangi ya kupakiwa na huku hivi chini. I do my fabrication and paint one here. Then that's why kila kitu lazima itoke perfect.
Do you have any other project you're working on?
I have so many projects because car enthusiasts, they never stop loving cars.
Yeah, sure.
Like right now I think I have four ongoing kutengeneza, and once they're done, definitely you still see them on the streets.
Yes, so 4. Hiyo ni gani na gani?
There's another Suzuki LJ 80. I have a Mitsubishi Galant being modified to become a Rolls Royce.
Wow.
And I have a Land Rover 110. Then I have a Toyota Probox. Nafikiria nitengeneze ikue kama Hummer. Wow. Yeah, something like that.
So naona pia kuna project nyingine hapa.
This one is
to move to hapo.
These are Suzuki LJ 80, the pickup version. Mostly it's called LJ 81. This one I got it in some place in Dondori. It was ilikuwa installed like for 17 years.
For 17 years.
Good years. It hadn't been used, and funny enough, it hadn't deflated the tires. But though definitely it was not in this good condition, I have tried to work on it, and still in progress, and definitely it will come out as a beast.
What are you planning to do with this?
This one I'm planning just to make it an off-road vehicle. And sometimes when I have to transport, most of the time when I do car builds, I love buying engines anywhere I get them. So I'll be using mostly this one for transportation of materials when I'm building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So ini ya mwaka gani?
This one is 1978.
Bro. Pika pesa na kusumbua. Unabai gari ya 1978.
Yeah. I love unique cars that you don't see normally on the road. So mimi hatuwezi tukabishana when it comes to classic. I love it classic and rare. The only new car I have is this one, but I don't use it much.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't have that logo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, but definitely this one is going to be a beast. I've installed a K70 engine in there, and it runs. Actually, it runs. And yeah, naendelea tukutengeneza tu pole pole.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before tuende kwa ile napenda is a van you had some time back.
The Volkswagen Combi. I still have it, but it's I've hired it it is in Lodwar. It's being used by some guys there. That one I got it from Kisii. It had stalled for 20 years. The owner used to use it as a school van. Then I got it. Then I towed it up to here with a breakdown. Then I stripped everything from scratch, interior, engine work. I have to change the gearbox and all that. Then paint work. Then install music system and all that. So many things and so many processes that ni mob tu yani.
Bro, si una pesa bana?
Si pesa. Mostly it's not all about money. It's about passion, because actually my first car I bought it at 16 years.
16 years?
Yeah, I had saved some little money, like 40k. I bought it a Ford Kotna. Then I came home with it. Then my mom was like, "Wewe umekuwa mwenda wazimu, umetoa wapi gari?" I was like,
"Wait, ulinunua gari na 40,000?"
Yeah. Back then I was in Form 2 and I came with the car. Actually, the guy who sold it didn't even give me a logbook. I didn't even know about
there's some documentation
I just
when you're buying a car.
And left. So that's but my passion for cars started way back when I was a kid. And I started driving when I was 5 years. I could drive using a caution naekelea chini.
Ndio uinuke juu.
Yeah. And I actually taught myself how to drive.
Wow.
And one time budangu akanipata nikiendesha. I was like, "Buendelea hivyo vile ulikuwa unafanya." Then he gave me the access to cars and all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo tuseme like for you loving the cars, one of them ilikuwa like support from your parents.
Yeah, definitely, because kama angekuwa mwingine mbaya hiyo siku ndio ningetembea na clutches, because back then in the 90s you never used to touch your
bro kupatikana tu na gari acha na gari TV.
Yeah, that's it. But he gave me support, and without him I don't think ningeendelea na hiyo passion, because right now as I yangu imefika, it's not passion anymore, it's like a calling.
Okay.
I'm addicted to cars. I buy them each and every time I say I'm not buying one, I find myself buying one.
Wow.
Actually 3 of these I bought them last year. Na nilikuwa nimesema hii mwaka sitaki mambo ya gari hata kidogo.
Ukiona mahali hivi unasema lazima.
Then I always have crazy ideas, but when I see a good project car, I'll get it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hebu tufungulie tuone ndani.
This one is tunasema ni gari mpya sasa. This one I installed this one last week.
Wow, this is a sunroof.
Yeah, this is a sunroof. It never came with a sunroof. I cut it up. I have those machines for cutting, and some of my friends thought I was crazy wanasema naharibu gari, but eventually when they saw it, they wakaona inakaa poa.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's the car. Nice interior. Had to redo it.
Wow.
Iko na ngoma ingine wazimu, like let me sample it. I love having music in my car. All of my cars they have that crazy loud exhaust. Naekaga hivyo juu sitakagi kushinda nikipiga honi, so when I'm riding
mtu akikusikia tu
unaondokea tu. Yeah.
Wow. So now niko nataka kusave that one because I love that car. Like the first time I saw that car I was like wow.
Yeah.
So now tukuja hapa. And I think hii ndio gari tutatumia kutoka nayo. Yeah. So hii gari hebu niambie ni
this one is a 1996 Suzuki Samurai. It is a 1300cc. Definitely is not it's modified. Actually people don't know what kind of a car it is. This theme is a Hammer theme. Hammers are the other ones that use these ones. And the skid plate. I've installed a heavy bumper and the LEDs that makes this car look very much different from the rest. Also the hood scoop, and I have the flat roof rack. I like it like that because when I go for safari rallies and stuff, maybe I'm sightseeing,
unakaa huko juu.
Nakaa huko tu juu na viti yangu, and sometimes you can actually pitch a tent there.
Yeah, and sleep
there, and you much safer.
Wow.
Yeah, much safer.
Wow.
Yeah, and this one I got it last year. It wasn't like this. I've changed so many things. Most of the time I like it with the matte green because of the off-road look. Even when it's dirty you don't see. Kitu ingine sasa.
Tires.
You see the tires. Kiatu. Hii kiatu, it is the price of a small car.
Wow.
The rims and the tires costed me around 140,000. Yeah, which people see it's crazy, but when you love cars, you have to put good shoes. And the thing about it, it gives it that aggressive look.
Wow.
And it's functional foil drive. I can't get stuck anywhere. There is one time a lorry got stuck, and I used this car to drive.
Pull it out.
Yeah, and
wow.
It worked. 1300cc.
Hii ndio tunaenda nao sahi.
This thing is a beast.
Yeah, ndani naona ni red.
Ndani theme yake ni red. I like red. And I had to redo everything, including
the roof.
This material is so expensive. This one is Chinese. It's custom made. It's so expensive, and yeah, it's a good car.
So ili cost kama how much to restore it?
To restore it, it costs around 400k.
Unaweza tuambia ulibuy ngapi?
Okay, I bought it at 180.
180?
Yeah.
Use 400 to do it the way it is.
Yeah, if you are like just a normal Suzuki truck, of course it had the issues. I had to change carburetors, so many other things and stuff like that. There was no shortcut. Kama ni kiatu, get the best. Kama ni music system, get the best.
Ebu tujaribu music yake.
The interior, I don't have the flash. Maybe I have to get it from the other car.
Sawa, enda tu ilete.
Yeah, this one has a switch. When I don't want bass, I just switch it off. But when I want to go kicking, and I just switch on the bass.
Umeiva kuchange gear?
Manual.
Hey, yenye manual inatusumbua sometimes.
Manual inaitwa kwa romance. Hapa.
Lazima ushike.
Lazima ushike. Sasa zingine gia nyingine ingi pole pole unaidara kidogo hivi.
Inaingia.
It's very enjoyable. When it's a manual, it's very
ulianza aje hii story?
It started out when I was a kid, but unajua, as a kid I had limitations.
Yeah, sure.
And way back 90s, si kila mtu.
Poa sana.
Yeah, poa. So I had limitations, and of course I had to get education and all that. So when I finished high school, I started modifying cars. Those times ilikuwa ni kuweka mangoma, matint, piga magraffiti. But with time the love grew. Then ikafika mahali sasa, it's the part ya having the strongest car in terms of engine performance and all that. Then I did it Evo, and actually the reason why nakoga na hiyo number plate imeandikwa EMPIRE007, it's like a secret code. But people have always speculated, you know, about the number plate. But today I can verify, but it has nothing to do with the Illuminati and stuff, because what wanakoga na story mob. Yeah. So now the word empire, it illustrates the bigness of a successful thing that you started from scratch. Yeah. So that's the whole thing. Then 007, it's an inverted number. It's a 700 number. And that 700 number is my target is to own 700 cars. And so far, I mean, my like 100 and something. So there's some even cars I don't even remember the number plates. There's others I don't even have pictures.
Like you've owned over 100
cars since when I first bought mine, my first car in 16 years. Back in, I think it was 1998. I can't remember the year. But from that time, oh, it went so far. I started exchanging cars. Like sometimes I would even change like 5 cars in 1 year. Yeah. Zingine nanua nakaa nazo, and I think the longest nishaikuwa na gari moja I think 5 years. 5 years. And that's the Toyota Celica.
Kalika Toyota Celica.
Yeah. That Toyota Celica I've had it for more than 5 years. Yeah, it's crazy.
That car was being used for a lot of songs.
In like 4 years or 5 years from now, I'll get full time into cars, doing cars only.
Full time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's sometimes it's good to have a hobby that makes you money. Yeah, because it propels you to where you want to be. Yeah. In life.
Yeah. So when you talk about cars, cars are like quite expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
The most expensive car ununua. Yes. Ilikuwa pesa ngapi?
It's a Mercedes W124. It was 3000 cc. And it was KJ. I bought it at 700k.
700k.
Yes, and I used like 300 to buy rims.
Yeah,
you know, refurbish the interior, the paintwork and stuff like that. And by the time I sold it, ilikuwa imeshatumia over $1 million.
Over $1 million.
Yes.
Na uliuza ngapi?
Funny enough, that car I sold it for 1.3 ikiwa hivyo, and the guy akaniongezea vits kakadogo KKEY.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the deal. Because nilikuwa nimekatana hiyo gari kabisa.
So hiyo gari at least ilikupatia like twice the money.
Yeah. All the time I always sell for profit.
Alafu the cheapest car ushinunua like ile ulinunuanga tu ile, yes, like the lowest amount of money ushitumia kununua gari.
35,000. I bought that Suzuki LJ in a scrapyard. I bought it for 35,000. Then so far right now I've used around 150 to 200 there, because I've installed everything new, the engine, gearbox, the wheels, everything.
Anybody who wants like to venture into this kind of like business, of course we can call it a business, because at the end of the day you're buying these cars, you're modifying them, and then you're selling them for profit. Like unaweza mwambiaje? Is it a good business?
Okay, first of all, this is like a calling. Yeah, after 100 cars and after perfectioning all the art of loving cars and modifying them and all that. This is the time I want to go commercial about it, because so many people bring me their cars for me to make them and stuff like that, and but I lack time to do that. So first of all, you need to identify if you want to do it commercially or as a hobby, or you just want to have classic cars for your normal use.
Okay.
So if it is for your normal use, you can do that if you have money, because one thing, it takes a lot of money, patience,
hobby.
yeah, and sometimes modifying a car, it can even cost you one whole year, because sometimes getting these rare parts, you get them from abroad, others you buy them from a local. You can even there's one time I bought 2 scrappy cars to make one whole car.
Wow.
So the 2 cars were for spares only. So it's a very expensive affair, but if you have the will and if your love for cars is just out of this world, believe me, you can make it.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
But it's not for everybody. Yeah, because again, you might have interest, but again, you don't have the resources.
Yeah, sure.
For me, I have a lot of tools I've bought over the years. I have a garage full of tools and machines and all that. It takes a lot of time to accumulate all that kind of accessories. Actually, my profession is not making cars. I'm an IT expert, and I sell computers and stuff like that. And so for cars, I do it for a hobby. And that's why right now I feel I should commercialize it, because currently my hobby pays me more than my actual job. So I think it's the wisest thing I'm going to do.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and I love doing this, and yeah, and making and getting the happy part of doing this is like getting someone sick. You take them to the hospital, you work on them, then they wanaamka unapatia life tena. The happiness of
seeing somebody.
And that's the joy part of it. There's one car that I made, sold it, and in 4 days I had to buy it back.
Wow.
Because I regretted it, because everybody was like,
you made the car, you sold it, then you bought it back.
I bought it back, and the guy was refusing to sell me the car, so I had to lie to him. This car, imeleta story na the family wamekataa, and then they said if you're not going to bring back the car, they'll take you to court. So the guy was like, fine, if kama nivo basi mimi niongeze 200k kwa pesa yenye nilikupatia, and I had to do it.
Wow.
Yeah, but actually it's my friends who gave me that kind of thing, because when I told them I sold the car, everybody rebuked me, and including my own mom. Yeah. And the most cheapest car nishaiuza, not the cheapest, I think I sold a car for the same amount I bought it, and I told the guy, you can pay me in 8 months in the cheapest denomination you want. The guy alikuwa anatuma mpaka 1,000 na punch. But I sold that car to him because I saw the craziness he had for cars, and he didn't have, alikuwa fundo wa phone, and mimi nikaona huyo msee ile passion yenye ako nayo na
kuona car.
This is like me 20 years ago. So I was like, this guy, let me just make him his wish come true. Believe me, nilimpatia gari na akanilipa pole pole. Later, he actually, the last installment, alinilipa mimi sikujua. I have this vision of bringing Nakuru car culture, and it has never been done before, but I was thinking of grouping up people with classic cars and all that. Then we form a group. Sometimes you can go for drives, charity events, you can be having workshops, and at least when you meet like-minded people, inakuwaga much easier to grow up your hobby. And because you'll find someone who has been doing this. I know of someone in Nakuru who has been doing this for like over 40 years.
Oh.
And right now mtu kama ule anaweza kuwa very much of much use tukiwa in a group than akiwa peke yake. So at least those people who want to get into this culture, at least they'll have some person who has experience and all that. And basically that's my idea. And the next meet, I think we have it by this end month. I'll call you up, guys. Mkuje mjione kuna watu na magari Nakuru. zinatembeaga once, but when you find them in a group or in a convoy, you will feel the thing.
Thanks, Anna.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so guys, that is it from us. Until next time, drive with more.